And we are live. Back once more for James Gunn to shove his hand through my chest, rip my heart out, and make me feel things for basically inanimate objects or furry creatures. Take your pick. Guy knows how to write a great series. We're excited for all things Creature Commandos after this. All right, guys, Brett here, back Geek Variants. We cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. And with me, as always, the man, the myth, the Marvel. How we doing, Will?
Not bad, not bad. I'm surviving.
Because I gotta say, surviving for another week of Creature Commandos has turned out to been an absolute blessing. I came in with minimal hopes and minimal dreams, and well, 3 episodes in, I'm enthralled. I'm hooked. I had a low bar for Mr. Gunn, and well, the one, the only James Gunn has managed to pull me into a bunch of characters that are basically freaks, monsters, abominations, and we love them dearly and care about them as their story is moving forward. But before we talk too much more about Creature Commandos, how do you feel about that upcoming Superman trailer?
I think it's going to offer us a good look into where James Gunn is going with his universe, how he wants to portray the character, and pretty much just what DC is going to be doing overall. For their time with restarting the DCU. So Superman has been a pivotal part of the DCU, just as we've had Iron Man for Marvel. So this is going to be the setup. So whatever comes out the gate is going to be the standard from here moving forward. So that's why I say he cannot mess this up. He's got to really, swing for the fences on this one because we have been hurt several times before when it comes to DC and how they've done their cinematic universe. So we'll just have to see,
I was gonna say because like last DC universe, we had a couple great hires. We had a couple outstanding characters. Like Gal Gadot was great as Wonder Woman. Henry Cavill was great as Superman. Jason Momoa was amazing as Aquaman. Other than that, there was not really consensus agreement on who or what should be going on. Gunn really sticking to old school comics because he immediately came out of the gate and said Superman underwear on the outside. We're doing the traditional look. We're doing that classic look. This is the Superman that you knew. This is Superman you grew up with. We are going to make sure he's, comic accurate from the beginning. The business that Clark Kent works at, well, it's just a giant planet, just like it was in the comics. Like they're bringing us back to a lot of the old school looks, a lot of the old school vibes, and bringing us into a universe that clearly the man has been doing a lot of research on because a lot of people have been spotting him down at comic shops, down in local areas, taking a look at things, making sure his research is accurate. And I'm sure that he would not put his foot forward with someone like Superman if he wasn't 100% certain of what he was stepping into because the Boy Scout has fans. He is easily probably what top 5 character you say in terms of marketing. Because you got Spider Man, you got Batman, you got Superman, and then you can basically go off anywhere from there. Plus Batman, Spider Man, big two, and after that it's just kind of take your pick. Iron Man would probably be 4, Cap probably rearing out the 5th spot, maybe Wonder Woman, depending on where you're shopping at. But as far as big 5 are concerned for sales and pushing forward what you want as a company, you can't get any bigger than, Superman because again, he's a god amongst men and he's the best of earth and even Batman says many, many times over, Superman is the person I trust the most and you're the person who exists to stop me if I ever go rogue. So I'm excited to see the trailer. I'm excited to see what we have going on here. Now back to Creature Commandos. How do you feel about this series thus far? Because I've been blown away. I love what we're seeing.
Series has been good. I'm not expecting to hang on to anybody throughout the series. Like there are going to be some, possible, you know, lost characters as we go through. But again, this is just a stepping stone to set up something bigger. So the fact is that we've already got Cersei in here. Like that's Wonder Woman introduced out the gate. All of this stuff going forward is canon to the DC universe. So Like again, I just want to see what they're going to do. And Amanda Waller is just up to no good all the time. So she is by far one of the most interesting characters for me during this series.
She has been interesting. She's been unique. She's been diverse. She's been the Amanda Waller that we grew up with, whether it was in Justice League or Batman the Animated Series. Anytime Waller steps on screen, you know big things can happen at any moment because that woman plays without morals, that woman plays without a conscience, but that woman plays to win. And more often than not, she usually comes out collecting a couple dubs here and there. So you got to really be careful when you're messing around with Amanda Waller. She is someone that you don't throw hands with. Just kind of like last week, I thought Cersei wasn't someone that anyone should be throwing hands with. But then again, Weasel out of nowhere, completely out of left field, making all the insane moves that you wouldn't expect. And then Dr. Phosphorus, one of my favorite new characters I'm really starting to get to know, just laid hands on her straight to the face, got exactly what they needed to done, and they were able to ultimately make Cersei talk. But then, of course, Cersei drops the famous phrase, "You have just doomed us all." What in the heck could she possibly be meaning by that? I'm dying to know. I don't have any good theories. You love theorizing. You got anything off the top of the dome for me?
Well, apparently Cersei's pushing like the precognition and stuff. She's trying to say that the princess is the cause of things going wrong. And we see like I think Superman's cape torn in the background. We see, some kind of destruction and stuff with like a vision. But we should get more context on that today within this episode. But again, she can alter reality. So is she, you know, speaking stuff that is on the rise, like this is going to happen if we don't stop her, or is she more or less manipulating people to kind of get people to go in the direction that she wants them to go? Don't know. So I think they were going to get her again, get her full thoughts, and then they got to bring this up to Amanda Waller, report back to her, and then see what she says about it. So
Because
it
Cersei's
can got to
definitely one
go
of
either
those
way.
characters like you can't necessarily trust on face value. She has proven in the past to be absolutely lethal to deal with. And if you guys remember the Batman the animated series, or no, it was Justice League. My apologies, correction, Justice League, where Cersei went up and messed up Wonder Woman within a matter of about 30 seconds, turned her into a pig, and then played around with Batman for fun because she could. This woman's magic is lethal. Her intelligence is up there, and her willingness to go out and make anything happen is definitely one of her greatest strengths. We're just lucky that, Batman happened to have a sultry, smooth voice because otherwise, that's a wrap, folks. That episode could have been the end of Wonder Woman, but episode 4 just dropped. It looks like we have a very telling shot. Looks like we even have an introduction of a couple new characters. Episode titled Chasing Squirrels. Go ahead, pull it up on your side of things. We'll pull it up on ours. We'll get everything synced up and we can go ahead and see just the magic that James Gunn has in store for us now because he's got some more magic. It looks like we're going to get the excited to see what that all entails, but we'll have more coverage of that as we have more information on our hands. We don't want to be, talking out the wrong end, so to speak. Okay, that's a weird start.
Oh, trying to get
Things
it.
have kind of been smoothed entirely over. That is wild, unless that's a complete flashback or flash forward. Ultimately, at the 109 mark, 109 is what I have. Is that what you're looking at, Will?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to come up for me.
No, you don't have
It's
it on your end. Wow.
Yeah, it's
I
not
just
even
been
coming up yet.
slamming that refresh button, trying to see absolutely what I can get on screen. Let me go ahead and adjust real quick. Fix that up all right, because I was absolutely cooking in that hoodie. I thought I'd be cold. Turns out the exact opposite. Good to go. We're going to pick up, I guess, after some things have genuinely smoothed over, which is very interesting that they gloss over things. But again, with gun storytelling, never say never. You could have a dance off, or you could just have a giant cataclysmic battle where you lose everybody within 10 seconds. You never know. James Gunn is capable of writing some insanely good stuff. Let me know
He
when you have
absolutely
it
is.
pulled. Let me know when you got it pulled up, and then we'll go ahead and discuss the joy that is Creature Commandos. I know
All
Max took
right.
me a couple go rounds to go ahead and get that all set up, but I lucked out. So hopefully you'll be able to have it, whether it be phone or on computer, whichever is your preferred way of viewing it.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing both. Here's the thing: it's listed as new episode. It says new episode is up, but the episode doesn't show.
The joys of Max. Every so often, you just kind of get one of these series that kind of drops it. But again, with the amount of people who've been checking out Joker Folie à Deux and people who've been checking out Krampus, because it's that magical time of year, their service has been definitely rather busy. Around this month of December, as are most with good Christmas movies up there.
There we go. All right.
I'm at the 1 minute, 9 second mark. Just go ahead and let me know when you're synced up. Go ahead and get this bad boy on the road.
I am good to go. Run it.
All right. And 3, 2, 1. Let's enjoy. Rick Flag Sr. putting on the moves.
Of course. I think she's putting no more moves than he is. He's just kind of.
A sucker for everything. That woman has him like wrapped around her pinky. He's gonna be coming back for like, hey, you got any missions over there, Waller? Please and thank you. Oh man, go ahead and just remove GI Robot already. I know he's a robot and he can be fixed, but I'm still fixating on the fact that they took my favorite character and just decimated him in a matter of 3 episodes. He was the first to go. Like, are you kidding? Out of all the people I could have picked. It's like when you watch Game of Thrones and you pick your favorite character when you weren't watching, and then all of a sudden, like by season 2, you're like, ain't got nobody left.
Pretty much.
Hey, the continuation character from Peacemaker. It is cool to see that certain characters are being able to just have a continuous story going on here. Hmm. Whoops. Mm. Yeah, I don't trust that guy automatically. Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little insecure. I think we need to work on that there, big guy.
A little is an understatement.
Yeah. We're gonna have a facial hair judgment contest? Is that what we're doing over here?
Yes.
Whatever he did to make money, it had to be the most fragile business enterprise out there. Is she Weasel's client? What? Really? This is so bizarre. Oh boy. Are we getting a
Mm.
Weasel backstory? Oh no. There's nothing going on up there with the Weasel.
Nothing.
Well, 8 is significantly less than 27, I'll give him that, but that is still an abomination I do not want around me. Oh, that's a way to announce yourself. What did he do? If you can also use just your thumb to crack somebody's neck like that, you should probably find another line of work. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good old Frankenstein on the loose. But it turns out in this iteration, he's far more sensitive than he is in his book version. Right. I'm just shocked that Waller is able to contain Cersei. Oh, you got spit on. That's a fight on sight. But Hocus Pocus was fantastic. I'm just pointing that out there. One of the best Hollywood movies. And probably the only time I thought Sarah Jessica Parker was hot. But I was also 8, so that's on me.
It's a little thirsty.
Mhm. Just a little thirsty. I'm pretty sure Waller already knows what Flag did, but you think they're gonna have a conversation about that?
Yeah. Oh, Wicked reference.
Hmm. Potentially clairvoyant. I don't really want to go potential clairvoyant. It's either you are or you aren't. Mm-mm. If anyone's gonna fight Waller in a head-to-head mental competition, yeah, that's a tough game. 'Cause didn't she deduce Batman's secret identity on her own?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't messing with that woman. Too dangerous. I was gonna say, like, how did the weasel get made? What was he up to? What's going on? Groundhog. What? Pardon? Ain't no way. No one sees this thing and thinks, "Friend."
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Well, why is he around a playground?
Mhm.
He definitely ate the plastic with that too. Eyes pointing in 2 directions, brain pointing in none. So where does this happy story go wrong? There it is. Weasel. Really? Hmm. That is a one of a kind character.
He
Truly.
is great.
That's something. I just don't know what it is. I mean, he can be your boy, but he's not coming over for the holidays or for visits, nothing. Like compare him basically to Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. He can't. Not an indoor pet. Oh, that looks fun.
Oh yeah, party.
Oh, Grodd's there for some reason. Hello. How'd that happen? That seems like a very unlikely team up considering his despisement of the human race. Yep, there's Stoop, there's Bat, there's Wonder Woman, Hot Girl, Peacemaker, Flash. Is that Starfire? And she actually got the jump on Waller. Holy cow. That's shocking. That's a problem.
Hmm.
What in the world would Gorilla Grodd be doing hanging out with foreign dignitaries? Crazy. Really, Rick, with how old you are, sexism is the thing you've decided to be? An island full of women, and you're going to be skeptical about that? Diana came from there. Talk to her. See how that goes.
Hmm.
We'll dig your grave, and then by the time the grave is dug, you'll already be gone. This is a lot of hocus pocus, though. It's a lot of hope. Oh, wow. Because he's completely convoluted and he's not on mission anymore.
Hmm.
He's thinking with the wrong head. Just because you planted your flag there doesn't mean you have to be loyal to it. Unintended. There we go, Waller. A clapback. I mean, there's literally a chip in his head. You could make this like that. Oh, phosphorus. Good for you. We're really gonna go ahead and bully her? Mhm. There we go. It seems now loyal. I love that. Yeah, should have listened the first time.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. And there's Weasel. Right on cue. Good for you, Dr. Phosphorus. Oh, I love Dr. Phosphorus' sense of humor. I no speak English. Really? Really?
Yeah,
This is the game we're playing?
of
Oh, flag. Also, you should probably know Waller has your phone tapped, so it's like,
course.
it seems foolish. Oh, flag's gonna be busy for a while. And of course, he's just gonna assume talking about the princess and not Corpse Bride. Hmm. Yeah, realistic gun chambers. That's shocking. That never happens. But also, isn't this like the fourth time someone has tried taking out Flag in 4 episodes?
Yeah, I mean, this just seems to be his thing.
He's just the on-site person. Ugh. I love how he's strong enough to just yeet Flag out of here, but he's just letting it go. If you're strong enough to throw a china cabinet with one hand, just flipping this man would be easy.
Dilfy.
Every single episode, he gets called Dilfy. Is that why people are trying to take him out? Is that what everyone's beef with him is? That he aged well? That's a weird beef to have. What? Oh, tea, not bad. Good choice.
I'll have tea.
Oh, so now Flag and Frankenstein are besties. Oh, Titanic is a terrible reference. Leo dies for the dumbest reason. There was space on that board. We all saw it.
I'm not getting into that.
Look, you know the facts, you just don't want to dispute it. The movie sucked, and that was one of my biggest gripes with it. Other than the fact there was a 70-year-old who's willing to throw away like a $40 million diamond over a fling she had with a poor boy from New York that she had hooked up with one time. Shenanigans all the way.
Love makes you do stupid things.
I don't think Frankenstein should be able to talk about women, like, period. Just not good for him. Straight cancellation every time. Oh god.
All right.
That went wrong. No, Weasel's sleeping now. Nina, really? Social awareness? Mm, isn't this lovely? Makes you wonder why Nina was like locked up if she hasn't taken out a single soul. Nope. Weasel backstory.
Weasel. What's going on with you, Weasel?
I mean, he looks semi harmless in this scenario. Who is this guy? And there's the one adult. I'll save everybody. Also, why is no one supervising? I just realized
Mm,
this. It's like 10 kids. Oh, time to change the grades. Mm. He's definitely shockingly harmless at this moment in time.
yeah, he's just playing. He's having fun. But of course, because people don't know what's going on.
Mm. Yeah, he's hasn't done nothing yet. Oh, that one kid needs to stop touching stuff. That is the second time he's touched something he shouldn't have.
Mm,
Oh, yep. Yep, time to go. Oh no, this is dark. Huh. Did I judge your boy too soon? Oh no, his tail went smush.
mhm.
Oh, Weasel was actually legitimately trying to save everybody. Justice for Weasel? I
It's
was
all
wrong about your
perception.
boy. Mm. Oh boy, wow. Definitely misread the room on this one. Every single time I try and judge a James Gunn character early, this is what I get. I just need to stop doing that. And then I wonder if this kid ever ended up like, will this kid make it? Still big if right now. 'Cause I can definitely get where the police are coming from in terms of their perspective of what they're seeing.
I mean, the fact is that it's a fire and stuff like that. Freaking, they're shooting with a subject. Like there is a victim who's going through something, and they're still just firing recklessly. They're not trying to save her. They're so busy trying to subdue him. They're not doing their job
At all.
effectively. Mhm.
Would he really chase a squirrel? He'd probably eat a squirrel. I'm still fascinated by whatever Dr. Frost's story is going to be because I don't know nothing about these characters. So learning about him when that happens will be interesting. So we're going to get more backstory next week pertaining to the bride and Frankenstein. It's going to be wild. Those look like plants attacking. Next week's going to be wild. Absolutely wild. Oof. James Gunn's cooking. This series is, for me, already a hit. 4 episodes in. I don't know how many more episodes we're getting because I know it's supposed to end what, by the end of December? Or does it end in January? If you know.
I'm not sure. I think it's like 6 or 8 episodes.
And the fact we're 4 episodes in already, that part sucks. But again, if every episode hits like this, I have zero qualms with this series whatsoever. It's been a fun ride. The characters are compelling. The story is well told. Animations of great quality, and of course the jokes. They always seem to land whenever you put Gunn inside any kind of universe. He just knows what he's doing. He just knows how to tell a good story, make you laugh, make you feel tons of things. And he somehow managed to make me go from despising the Weasel to okay with the Weasel in what? That was like a 3-minute montage, maybe, if
Mhm.
that. So compelling storytelling. Really like what we're seeing this far. How'd you feel about the episode?
I'm happy. I mean, getting Weasel's backstory and knowing Weasel is not as bad as everybody's making him out to be. Again, he's animalistic in nature. We don't know his true identity. If if he's something similar to like what Rocket was, so like that, where he was, where he's like an experiment, something like that gone wrong, where he's just, a hybrid freaking creature, like whatever it is. But he genuinely freaking, wanted friends. He's playing with the children, having a good time, so like that. But again, it was the kids that were being stupid. You got a bunch of unsupervised kids running around here. Where the teachers were at? You just got some old farmer in the woods gathering mushrooms who sees some stuff, and then he comes out there and starts freaking firing with no regular. Like the kids are just there. Like, I'm just gonna fire some shots in the direction of the kids. Like, that's it. I don't care how much of a crack shot you are. No. And then the cops do the same thing. So Weasel, yes, justice for Weasel. Like, I hope Betty Bates takes care of him and takes care of her client, because nobody else seems to be doing so.
But again, anything that would have been like video or surveillance to prove Weasel's innocence would have gone down in that blaze. So it'll be hard to get anything to stick as opposed to like who he was, what he's about, what exactly
Unless
the
the girl
Weasel is fully
survived.
about. Which is a big if, but again, until we see a body, you never presume gone. But again, with the way that the cops were only primarily focused on Weasel as opposed to actually assessing the situation, saving anyone's lives, I would not bet my bottom dollar that the child, unfortunately, is with us anymore. I don't think she's made it at all. So that part is unfortunate, and it looks like next week we're going to see the bromance of bromances fleshing out right before our eyes. Flag and Frankenstein, because I guess that makes sense somehow.
Well, I mean,
They're both
it's.
idiots, so
I
that
mean,
part tracks.
the Flags are idiots. Rick Flag Senior, like they're both easily swayed by women to do whatever it is. It happened in the Suicide Squad. It happened in this. Again, I got to look more at the character history. But yeah, it's just I'm smitten. I gotta go against what I know because I want to take care of this person. It's like okay, here we go. How long have you known this person?
Like
5 minutes.
just because you're able to plant a flag somewhere does not mean you need to honor that flag every time. You were an American patriot, and then you get a little bit of foreigner, and next thing you know, you want to change your whole allegiance to everybody. But again, this is probably why he was trying to fight it in the first place, because he knew that the minute something happens and those regions. He tends to stop thinking so critically and analytically, and then he'll just betray everyone and everything he stood for just for, some girl he's known for all of what, a day and a half, if that.
Yeah.
This is a Titanic storyline, just tragically befolding in front of our eyes. It's like, you can't be in love. No, that's not how this works. That's never how it has worked. I don't get it. But hey, Rick Flag, you're an idiot. Frankenstein, you're an idiot. The two of you together, you remind me of Yuji and Toji from not Toji,
Yeah.
Toto from Jujutsu Kaisen. Just the two bozos together. If they're happy, they're happy. But again, everyone else around them has their hand in their palms and is wondering how they let this happen. But hey, that's just the way that this cookie crumbles. It's been a fantastic episode. Are you ready to jump on in for the recap?
Yeah. Definitely get into it because I'm trying to figure out what went down at the with the princess and why she's running around with Grodd and bloodthirsty.
Because that was an impressive body count that the princess had, that her and Grodd and her army were able to make happen. So there's a lot of probably theories, fan crafting, all that fun stuff that you are so adept at doing. I'm sure you're looking at old scenes, seeing what exactly happened and what it transpired. Because it looked like we had some Teen Titans up there. It looks like we had some members from the Justice League. We had some prominent key players from a lot of prominent factions in DC were gone. And the princess was working with Gorilla Grodd to conquer all. So seeing Grodd this early is crazy, but I'm definitely interested to see where that story goes. Again, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that lovely subscribe button. Greatly helps us out. It's free. We're so close to being potentially monetized thanks to you, the viewer, and checking out our videos. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. Happy early holidays, because I think this will be our last live stream before Christmas, I want to say. Yes, this will be the last live stream before Christmas that I'm aware of, unless you guys will be live streaming What If. But again, you guys might be playing that by ear, so we'll see what happens. Take a look at your notifications, guys. One will pop up if the boys will be willing to go ahead and do something like that for y'all. Really just depends on the scenario. I've been Brent with the man, the myth, the Marvel, the guy whose opinion you care about in Marvel. Let's talk about all things Creature Commandos in our review. See you then.